Welcome. In this session, we are going to present you an attacker detection and prevention tool which is going to protect distributed denial of service attacks on a real-time Amazon server. As far as the screen, you can see that we have access to Amazon server wherein we have console access. At the moment, this right screen window is displaying you the incoming number of connections and the bandwidth consumed. So this is RX over the Ethernet 0 interface, and on the bottom side we have a graph representing transmission of packets, which is like the reply being sent to incoming requests. So this is the current scenario wherein a server is running which is not susceptible to any of the DDoS attacks at the moment. So now let's say at the moment, if we see, we don't have any security available onto the server. So let's say if an attacker comes to attack this server, he is going to take up a denial of service tool, and I would like to show you that denial of service tool here. So here you can see that on the right hand side we have a denial of service tool available, who's going to attack our server 54.202.6.1, that is our Amazon server, and we are going to send around 40,000 connections per second. We are going to make 5,000 connections with the server, and timeout for each connection will be 1000 seconds. So until and unless this connection timeout is completed, our packets, which are like fake denial of service packets, are going to unnecessarily consume the connection limit of our server. So now we are going to perform the attack using GET request. The attacks will be sent. So as soon as we click on run attack, you can see that there will be some certain number of packets which will be sent. So you can see that around 1400 connections has been sent, in which 577 have been connected. And on the speedometer bar here, you can see that when the server was not under denial of service attack, the incoming connections were very few. But during a denial of service attacks, you can see that a lot of connections have been consumed at the moment, and it is being displayed here onto the screen. So around 781,800 connections have unnecessarily been occupied of the server side using this denial of service attack. Now what we are going to do, we are going to implement security mechanisms so that legitimate users should be able to access resources during denial of service attacks as well. So we have implemented a machine learning model which is going to predict, depending on the incoming request behavior of a customer or a user, we are going to predict whether he is a normal user or an attacker. And in case if he is going to be a normal user, or if he is going to be an attacker, we are going to put in a threshold which will limit the connections for these incoming packets to the server. In order to do this, we have made a program known as attacker detection and prevention program, which is written in Python and which includes machine learning. So we are going to run that addp.py. As soon as we run this program, you can see that here we have a console based interface of this software available. Now once we have cancelled the attack, you can see that the server side is again showing that the unnecessary connection requests are now down. Now what we have to do is, on the left hand side, if you see here, in order to perform this protection, you can quickly perform packet marking, you can perform manual DDoS protection, and you can perform machine learning DDoS protection. You can also do automated DDoS protection, and you can make your server as unprotected by stopping packet marking and DDoS protection. So at the moment you can see that we have another window, and this is the logs window, and it is not recording any packets at the moment because we are not marking the users. Once we will start packet marking, we are going to get a list of the attackers within this log messages, and we are going to identify the attacker using a flag somewhat like this, attacker, and we are going to identify the source IP addresses so that we can maintain a connection limit to attacking IPs. Now in order to do this, what we are going to do, let's make a connection here. So we'll quickly get started with packet marking. So if we press option A and if we press enter, we are going to start marking the packets in order to identify the attacking behavior of the users. So now in order to do that, we are going to specify some information, and this information will be, please enter maximum number of connections per second. So we believe that in case if a server is trying to make unnecessary connections within a second, then it may be possible that that particular IP could be an attacker's IP. So we are going to say that, let's say if an IP is trying to make 10 connections per second, then it could be an attacker. So we are going to define that, and we are going to select the port number which has to be analyzed for packet marking. So our web server port is port number 80, so we are going to use port number 80 for this. Now we are going to press enter, and now you can see that we have started logging marked incoming packets to detect attackers. So at the moment, packets are not being recorded because there is no attacker in the vicinity. So now I am going to start performing the attack again, and this time you can see that on the speedometer as well as on the log window, you're going to get the records of the attacker and you're going to get the IP address. So now we'll quickly start the attack. Now once we have started the attack, you can see that this time on speedometer we can observe high connections, and in the logs we can identify those IPs who are unnecessarily trying to make the connections at the moment with the server. So this is packet marking in order to collect the behavior of the users. And now what we can do is, in such cases we can quickly limit the number of users trying to connect back to our machine. So what we can do is, if we cancel the attack at the moment, we'll quickly take you to the next step. So now once the packet has been marked, let's say if a person feels like, if a server security professional identifies that some IP is trying to perform an attack and there are certain distributed IP addresses who are trying to make the attack, it would be very difficult for him. So in order to protect, generally what he can do, he can set number of connections which are allowed, so that there is a limit for connecting to the server, and in case if somebody is trying to perform a denial of service attack, he is going to be limited in order to make a connection. But this approach is quite limited and it is not optimal, because the traffic behavior may vary during daytime and during night time, and there could be genuine users who may be infected due to this custom thresholding which a user has set. So but we like to show you that what is the current available security protection scenario available. So let's say the current security protection can be done using option B, wherein you can set option B and press enter. In this, you have to specify maximum number of allowed connections per second. So let's say if I, without any knowledge, if I say, let's say if somebody is trying to make a connection above 10, I'm going to call it as an attacker and I'm going to stop the connections. So let's say by chance if you have set the value is 10, and you have to specify the port number on which you would like to make this protection. So we have set that as 80, and now you can see that DDoS prevention manual has started. Due to this, now number of connections will be limited for this incoming user. So let's say in case if I am a DDoS attacker now, and if I try to make the connections, if I run this attack, so now you can see that this time my attacks are limited to number of 10 connections only. Even though I'm trying to send the packets to the server, but server has asked me that the number of connections currently successfully connected from this attacking server is 10. So this is how you can quickly protect your server from being attacked maliciously from the attackers. And here in the speedometer you can quickly observe the behavior that this time the connections are pretty less. There are some active connections, but the total number of connections connected here is 10. Now once you are done with this, we have to come up with an optimal solution wherein we don't need a human to continuously change the threshold and decide, because it is very difficult for him due to high number of packets coming in. So we thought of implementing a project wherein we have included machine learning in order to identify the attackers and in order to put a threshold, and this detection should be with minimized false alarm. So in order to do this, we have implemented an option C, that is machine learning DDoS protection. So depending on the number of attackers and depending on the number of attackers and actual users, we are going to shift this threshold, and this threshold system will be an optimal threshold, so that organizations wherein there are multiple users could be connecting to a website, they may not be limited. Even being a genuine user in an organization, if somebody is trying to open up Facebook and multiple number of connections will be made at an instant of time, and due to unoptimal threshold, it may be possible that some certain regular users or authentic users may also not be allowed in order to get the connection. But as far as machine learning is concerned, we can quickly optimize this threshold and we can change the behavior. So in order to do this, now we are going to implement option number 3, that is machine learning DDoS protection. Now we are going to make use of option number C, wherein we are going to compute the threshold depending on the number of attackers. So at the moment you can see that we have got number of authentic users as 54 and we have number of attacking users as 1. So according to this, we have set a custom threshold of 288. So now the threshold value is 288. So first of all, I would like to remove all the other rules which have been integrated earlier. So I would like to stop the DDoS protection for a moment. I would like to set the packet mark again. In order to set the packet mark, I would like to define the number of connections, and I would like to specify port numbers to be analyzed, and that will be port number 80. So after this port number 80, I would like to go for machine learning prediction. So now once we do machine learning prediction, we have quickly identified the number of attackers. Here you can see that we have quickly identified that this attacker is trying to attack the server, and number of authentic users are 54, number of attacking users is 1, and with respect to their access behavior, we are going to change the threshold value so that maximum number of people will get access to the resources even when some attacker is trying to perform a DDoS attack, and this approach will be pretty optimal. So manually you need not change the values. There will be a program who will be actually checking the behavior of incoming requests, and using linear regression we can quickly predict a threshold value and we can set that accordingly. So now if we start attack again, so this time you can see that once we proceed to attack, so whatever the value was, so we had set the threshold value as 288, so only 288 connections have been made at the moment, and once the DDoS attack from one user with respect to 288 has been taken, all other authentic users can quickly take up the connection. And in this case, we have around 5,000 connections available which users can occupy. So packet marking process and number of packets coming into the system has been taken, but still we can quickly open the website in our mobile device, or authentic users will be able to access the devices. And here you can see that a DDoS attacker is getting only access to around 287 or 288 connections which has been set on the threshold. So using machine learning, we can quickly optimize this approach in order to make sure that our server is protected and only authentic users would be able to access the resources. So this is one such thing. And we can quickly use one other option, that is automated DDoS protection, wherein we can quickly check the behavior every few seconds on the server side, and we can change this threshold. So for this automated option, we have an option known as D. Now within this option, we are going to get started with the protection. So continuously now it will try to check back. Now it will try to check the users, and now here you can see that it is trying to check the number of authentic users and number of attacking users, and depending on that we are going to get the threshold. So in case if there would be any other user who would like to try to perform an attack, we are going to observe that, and the threshold value may change accordingly. So now we are going to show you, now you can see that as soon as the behavior of the user will change, we are going to get more number of users, and we're going to get threshold change. So now you can see that there are certain authentic users have been increased onto the server, and the number of attacking users is 1 at the moment. So we are going to receive an attack from another server. So once we are going to read the attack from another server, you can quickly observe that we are going to get these packets marked as soon as the attack has been initiated. The packets are being marked, and now the DDoS, the threshold frequency will be changed. So now you can see that once new number of users will be connecting, here we are getting the last messages. So now regular users will be able to connect that. So now you can see that as soon as the number of attacking users have been identified, that these are 2, and number of authentic users have also been increased. So once this information has been identified, so the threshold will change automatically. So in case if your number of attacking users and number of actual users, if they change, so accordingly we are going to get threshold frequency changed, and due to change in frequency we are going to be able to allot the resources in an appropriate manner so that our authentic users will be able to connect to the server at any time. So this is how, using machine learning, we have implemented a DDoS protection solution, which is an artificially intelligent solution which tries to identify the number of attackers who are trying to attack the server, and depending on this attack, automated threshold is being identified, and depending on this automated threshold we are going to decide the number of connections, and due to this number of connections, attackers won't be able to occupy the total bandwidth of the servers, and our authentic users will also be able to access that. So now if we increase the connection limit a little more, so you can see that as soon as the number of attackers will increase, so I have another attacker added to the list, and that is 112.196. So accordingly the threshold will change. And now if the number of active users change as well, so this is how you can see that depending on the number of attackers and number of users, the bandwidth can be quickly saved using the automated threshold, which is predicted using a linear regression model. Thank you so much for watching.